Most AI tools try to generate content for all social media platforms and they end up with generic low quality posts for every platform, which basically means that the user will never be able to build a memorable brand on any of those platforms. Ligo is different in that regard. We laser focus on one platform, which is LinkedIn, and we do it exceptionally well. From authentic posts, comments, formatting of the posts, scheduling, and advanced analytics that you won't find anywhere else, Ligo handles your entire LinkedIn content workflow in one place. Because one thing I've noticed is that on LinkedIn, quality isn't just a nice to have, it's the only thing that works. So with that, before I jump into the core features, I would just like to quickly go through what a new user experiences when they sign up to the application. So the first thing we ask them is which language they would like to generate their content in. So English is a default. You can pick another one, or if you don't find something specifically, for example, you want a special variant of Spanish, you can add that manually over here. So I'll just pick English for now. Go to next. And I want to manage my LinkedIn personal account, not the company page. I'll select that and go to next. And just mention this and go to next step. So at this point, you have two options. One is that you can answer about 5 to 6 questions to help us understand you, or you can simply go with the automatic setup by giving us your LinkedIn URL, and we will run a search on your public data to understand who you are, what your goals are, who your audience is, what your background experiences are, so that the content that we create is basically authentic. It's customized, tailored to you. It's not a post that anyone can copy and no one would be able to tell that uh, it won't be generic essentially. So once that part is completed, you basically get 3 different content themes to choose from. So I talk about marketing quite heavily, and multi-channel organic marketing is actually my headline for LinkedIn. So it has given me, and journalist is also there, it's given me 3 different content themes, what their purpose is, who the target audience for that would be, and what sort of stuff the theme would talk about. I can pick any one of them for now. So I'll just pick, for example, this one and start generating posts. The other ones will get saved to my drafts and I can use them down the lane as well. So now Ligo will generate 2 posts for me with multiple variants, so I can get a feel of the kind of quality that I can expect from the product before I explore the rest of the application. So let's wait for a few more seconds because this process takes up to a minute. And once your posts are ready, you can basically have a look over here. Just hit 847 failures building our 4th AI agent at Audio AI before it finally worked. Nobody talks about this part when you're building AI marketing tools. Here's the breakdown. First 200 pure technical issues, code bugs, so on and so forth. So it goes on. I've also got another variant. I'll just go through that. I was analyzing our development process for audio and got some eye-opening findings about AI product development. So I basically make a lot of posts which are built in public style. And it's basically copying that style really well. My posts are usually quite long and that's clear over here as well. And here's another one. Said no. And it keeps on talking about the products that I've actually built. And it's talking about the products which actually I have built. So it knows about my background, the kind of products that I've worked with and so on and so forth. So you can see all of your drafts over here. Then if you have scheduled any posts, they will show over here. If you have published any, they will appear over here. So you can basically navigate through that. You can quickly format and edit or make any changes to the post as well by, for example, bolding the first part, for instance, and then save the changes. You can add attachments. You can add some enhancements like you could just speak your feedback to mention what you would like changed in the variant in case you have any context you want to add. Or you can add some quick actions like change the hook, adjust the length, make it, for example, more concise, change the tone to more friendly, enhance the clarity. Or if you want to translate that into a different language, you can do that as well. So I'll cancel this for now. And you can see a quick preview of how the post will look when it is published on LinkedIn. You can see how it would appear on the mobile devices as well on the desktop. So I'll cross that out. And now this was the onboarding section. Now I will talk about core feature number 1, which is post generation. So for post generation, you have 3 methods. The first one is through content themes. I'll go to that page, and that's basically content pillars, which is a term coined by the leading coach in the LinkedIn niche, which is Justin Welch. So you have these multiple different pillars that you can create, content themes. And during the onboarding, one is already created for you, and the others are saved in the drafts. But you can create new ones by either going with manual creation if you're an advanced LinkedIn user, Or you can go with guided creation, where we ask you about 5 to 6 different questions about your product or your services or your goals. And we collect that information to generate themes for you. So themes basically stay over here. You can generate ideas based on those themes, and then you can use those ideas. So for instance, I'll go to this particular theme that I really like, and let's have a look at the ideas. If I were launching my newsletter today, here's what I would do differently. I like that, so I could generate a post on that. If I don't, then I can move to the next one. How to automate marketing without losing the human touch. This would resonate. So I'll click on generate post. The smallest tweaks that delivered the biggest marketing wins. That's basically about low-hanging fruit. So I'll generate a post about that too. And this gets added to my queue, and this will result in the posts that we were seeing earlier in the published post section during the onboarding. So that's method number one. Method number two is that you can add your own custom post. So people do that. For example, if you're making an announcement post, you can just add that over here and then add that to your drafts, which will go over here. The third method is you can basically repurpose content. So for example, if you read a newsletter or wrote one, or if you read a blog post or wrote one yourself, or a meeting transcript or a video transcript or a research paper, anything, you can use that to convert that into 3 LinkedIn posts. So I'll give you a quick example. So I just copy pasted the latest newsletter that I wrote, and I'm going to generate posts from that. So there we go. We have 3 posts which were generated from my newsletter, and all of them are in the exact style that I generally write my LinkedIn post in. If I like any of the variants, all of them, I can just add them to drafts, and they go to my published post section where I have all of my drafts available. And then I can edit them, publish them however I like. And I also have the history of generations over here. So that's core feature 1, which is post generation with 3 different methods. The second feature, core feature, is advanced LinkedIn analytics that you won't find anywhere else. So let me highlight that a bit. So this one allows you to see the best day of week that you should be posting on based on your historical data, not some generic best practice guidelines. So I can see Sunday works the best for me, followed by Tuesday, and then Saturday and Friday are close by. And then I can see the performance by time as well. So these 3 times seem to be the best for me, and the other ones are basically average. If I go down, I can see the impact that adding a video or an image has on my post engagement to decide if it's worth it to spend time on that. In my case, it's not worth it. Then it also tells me if the length of the post has any impact. So short posts don't do that well, but the other two are basically close to each other. I can also see other stuff like breakdown by post types. So in 17 posts, I've added images. 20 of them are text only. Here's my top performing post. I can also chat with my LinkedIn data, which is a very neat feature where you can ask anything about your LinkedIn data. So it has all of your data behind the scenes. So it seems it's basically like you're chatting with ChatGPT, but it has access to all of your data. You can ask it any question like improve my bio, improve my about section, or how can I improve the description that I have in the experiences section, etc. So I'll just cross that out. And these are the recommendations by Ligo's AI. And it tells me that story-based posts drive highest engagement. It's given me examples as well. So it basically tells you what's working well so I can double down on that. The third feature that I want to show, for that I have to move to LinkedIn, is that while you're scrolling through LinkedIn, you can right click on any post and click on generate comments for this post. And a sidebar will appear which will generate comments in your style and give you multiple different suggestions of the comments that you can drop under that post. So I just click on comment, and over here, I've got multiple different variants of the comments that I could go with. The LinkedIn dream is just another version of overnight success myth. Reality is messier. Most people focus on what they can't control, algorithm viral post instead of what they can. I could just take this part or the entire thing and post that over here. The second feature is that you can go to a person's profile, for example, and then just right click anywhere and save them to Ligo CRM. So they are basically, for example, qualified. I can add notes. I can add any tags and then save that to Ligo.